Hello, I'm Magnus Modestus, and this is Train Sim World, or Train Sim World 2020, as it's apparently now called. I'm not sure what the difference is. I don't think there actually is any difference. I think they just added 2020 to the logo. But anyway, this is a game that's been sat in my Steam library for a couple of years, I guess. But that I've not really had much of a look at before. So let's check it out. I'm just going to have my guy wear the casual outfit for now. I think I can presumably change that later. Give him a name. And well, I've got the obviously the Great Western Express, the CSX heavy haul, I think Northeastern Corridor, and one in Germany. I think it's Rapid Transit. It's Leipzig, I think. They all came as a package, so I don't know if any of them are supposed to be DLCs or not, but I got them all together when I initially bought the game, and I've also bought the Long Island Railroad since. It seems to be automatically starting me on Great Western Express, so I don't know if that's the one that came first or not. I don't know if that's sort of the default. I don't actually know if there's a sort of career progression thing in this. Presumably there isn't really. There seems to be services and scenarios and levels. So I guess there's some sort of progression, but I'm not sure to what extent it's, sort of a career kind of thing, but I guess we'll find out. So I'm not sure. Do we start with training? I guess. Start with this. Okay. Might as well start from the beginning, I guess. Welcome to Train Sim World.
Let's take a look at the main controls of exploring and driving trains.
Okay.
This is the main interaction method in Train Sim World.
Okay. Press E to begin.
You've just been awarded some action points. These are displayed in the top right corner of the screen and count towards your overall experience.
Okay. Can I spend them on anything?
It is necessary to be fully observant of the surrounding world. Practice by looking up, down, left and right.
Yeah, I think we can manage that. Yeah, okay, so we're going to look at the blue markers here. And that got us some action points. No, I won't invert that.
Besides operating trains, there are lots of requirements to navigate on foot. Try moving around now.
Okay.
A blue marker indicates that an objective requires action. Walk over to the highlighted marker to complete this objective. This is one of many interactives to be discovered, but not all of them will be as easy to find as this one.
Okay.
Head over to the indicated train doors to learn more about interaction.
Does it actually let me drive the train now?
Some doors need to be manually opened to gain access.
Okay, let's do that then. Simple enough.
Head over and sit in the indicated seat.
Okay, I'm sat.
You can pause the game at any point and review the previous and current tasks. Check it out now, then return to the game when ready.
Okay. There's a map there. I guess that'll be handy. Maybe. Settings. Yeah, okay.
It's now time to head up to the front. Follow the indicated markers as before.
Now I get to drive the train?
Open the door. A lot of time will be spent operating trains, so when ready, sit in the driver's seat.
Yep, let's do that.
A heads-up display has appeared on the right side of the screen. This is a guide to what the train is doing.
Okay.
This is a speed display.
Yep.
The white needle shows current speed, and the red marker indicates the maximum permitted speed. This is a direction display.
Okay.
The arrow will indicate forwards, reverse, and neutral directions. This is the power display. A number will indicate what position the power control is in.
I feel like I'd learn better by actually
These are
driving
brake
the
pressure
train.
dials. They will indicate how much pressure is in various brake systems and show when the pressure is changing. In the top right are the signal and speed limit displays.
Okay.
These feature an indication of what is approaching and a countdown distance to when they will come into effect.
Can I drive
Some
now?
of these displays can be hidden via the settings menu for a more challenging experience.
Yay. Camera motion sway. Okay. I guess that's if the train's rocking in the wind, or maybe going around corners or something. I don't know.
This train is ready to go. Pull the indicated handle all the way back to get moving.
Yeah, let's do that. All the way back. There we go. Seems a little bit needlessly aggressive, maybe. We're off. We're actually driving the train. Yay! Bye-bye, Twyford. We're leaving Twyford, wherever that is. Somewhere near Reading, presumably.
Continue your journey in Train Sim World.
We didn't get to drive it for very long then.
Designed to teach you how to operate on the railway. Engage in scenarios that will present challenges and enhance your skills. Dive into a full timetable on the railway. Whether you're driving, riding, or watching trains, you have the freedom of the line. Each route has a set of jobs.
I don't feel like I have
such
much
as
freedom of the
posters
line
to
right now.
place or fences to fix. Find them all and complete the job list for each route. Welcome to Train Sim World.
Okay, can I drive now? Please, let me drive. Wow. Well, that was a dull 3.5 minutes, but it can only get better from here, I'm sure. So let's continue to the Class 166 introduction. I don't know why it says about the Long Island Railroad when we're on the Great Western Main Line. Different railway, different country, different continent.
This is the Class 166 in Great Western Railway livery. This unit is used up and down the Great Western Main Line, providing stopping services to thousands of commuters each week. Today, you're going to learn how to take control of this unit, start it up, get it moving, and then bring it to a stop.
I'll be honest, I'll be surprised if it's only thousands of commuters on the Great Western Main Line each week. I would have thought we'd be talking probably hundreds of thousands.
Take a look around, and when you're ready, have a seat in the driver's chair.
It's a very, very busy railway line. I mean, it connects Bristol to Swindon to Reading to Slough to London. I don't know much about trains and railways, but I know the Great Western Main Line. I've been up and down it many times.
First, you need to get the engine up and running. Start by unlocking the reverser using the master key.
Okay, we'll do that. It's unlocked. Set the reverser to neutral.
Into the neutral position.
It's there.
That alarm is the AWS self-test system.
God, that's
We
annoying.
need to charge the brakes before we start the engine to ensure the train does not roll back. Set the
puzzle
throttle
thing.
brake to full service.
Okay. Full service. There we go.
When you're ready, hit the engine start button on the desk to get the engine running.
Okay. There we go.
Now, set the headlights to day.
Headlights to day. There we go.
Put the train in forwards so we're ready to get moving. Using the reverser again,
There we go.
by setting the throttle brake to off, they will start to release.
Okay, let's do that then. Off.
Nearly there. Now apply some power and get this unit moving. Ease the throttle brake handle into notch 1.
Yeah, notch one. See, on the other scenario, the guy told me to put it into 7, all the way back anyway, which I think was 7. And she's telling me to put it into 1. So she's obviously in less of a hurry than the guy on the other scenario. It is a very slow way to get moving, though. So, as I said, I've had this game in my library for a couple of years, but not really given it much of a proper look. I'm not really much clued up about trains. They're not really my particular area of interest, let's say. But then, you know, nor are trucks, and I've had hundreds of hours of enjoyment from truck simulator games. So, you know, I may well get hundreds of hours of enjoyment out of this yet. But you have to bear with me. I don't really know what I'm talking about for now, because if you're watching this, there is a good chance you know more about trains than I do, and that you're more interested in trains than I am. So I don't know if she wants me to stop at any point. It just says manage speed. So yeah, I'm managing speed. I guess I'm not allowed to go past the red signal. That would make sense. I guess we're in a 15-mile-an-hour limit here. And then I guess I've got to stop in time for the red signal. Although she hasn't explicitly told me to do that, unless I missed it. That's what we'll do anyway, which should be somewhere alongside this shed, I think. Presumably we're going left here, because if we go right, we're going to crash into the shed. And that won't be so good. Ah, yes, here we go.
Now is bring this unit to a gradual stop. Set the throttle brake handle. You're performing great and showing real confidence. All you need to do now
I
is
think she's just repeated herself there.
stop.
Interesting. But she does indeed want me to stop pretty much where I thought it was going to be. I don't think brake 1 is doing very much. Let's go to brake 2. No, let's go to brake 3. Oh shit, that's that's why. I was accelerating rather than braking. Okay. Got to remember that. Brakes is forward. Accelerates backwards.
You're ready to head out there on
Makes
your own
sense.
now. If you remember everything I've shown you here, you will do just fine.
Okay. If I remember which way's the brake, I'll do just fine. Maybe. We will see. Bronze medal on that one. Okay. Not sure if that's important for any reason. I'm not sure if the points are important for any reason. It hasn't told me. I gather the points are what's leveling me up here. But then I don't know if the levels mean anything. I don't know if they unlock anything. If they unlock any sort of new trains or new tracks or new outfits or anything. As far as I can tell, there are points and medals for the sake of there being points and medals, and unless I've missed something or haven't been told something yet, they don't actually appear to do anything. I guess they're just a measure of how well you've performed. Presumably you can see a list of the scenarios somewhere and what medal you've got in each one. So we're on to the next one now, which is station stopping. Presumably this is going to be another sort of tutorial thing. Sounds like it. I'd like to get on and do some actual journeys soon.
Is a vital part of keeping the railway running smoothly.
But I guess I need to learn how to drive the train first. It makes sense.
Let's take a look at bringing a Class 166 service to a stop at Twyford. To start, bring the train up to speed, set the reverser to forward, and apply a small amount of power using the combined throttle brake to get us off the line.
Okay, reverser to forward. And notch 1. And that will get us moving about 1 yard per 10 years. I like the lights have these sort of funky patterns on them. I'm not sure what that's in aid of.
Nice work so far. Once we've reached 40 miles per hour,
but it looks cool.
We can start the process of slowing her back down and bringing her to a stop. Set the combined throttle brake to 5 and increase your speed up to 40 miles an hour.
So notch 5 until I get to 40. Okay. This train is quite quiet. I hope you can hear it on the video because it is remarkably quiet. I couldn't say off the top of my head if these trains are this quiet in real life because I don't pay attention to what train I'm getting onto. I just pay attention to making sure it's the right train to get where I want to go.
Now that we are at speed, set the combined throttle brake back to off so that we can just coast.
Presumably, you know, they've done their research. I would trust that the company making a game about trains would probably know rather more about trains than I do, so presumably it's a fair representation within a reasonable margin of error. I know some of the trains we do have in southern England where I've actually been on trains often are quite quiet, but then other ones are screechy as hell. I know some of the trains they have in South Wales make a hell of a racket. I don't think they've been oiled since the 1980s. Am I supposed to be stopping there? She hasn't told me to stop, so I guess I stop at the station up ahead. Okay.
We want to aim to stop at the S-board
The
at
S-board,
Twyford.
right.
Apply some brakes now and follow a gentle, smooth braking line right down to a stop.
Okay. Apply some brakes. And we're looking for an S-board, which is presumably a board with an S on it. Or is it a board in the shape of an S? I'm sure if there were boards with, you know, in the shape of an S at stations, I would have noticed them. So it's presumably a board with an S on it. I need to brake a bit more. S-board. S-board. Oh, I think we're braking too much now. Let's take the brake off. Yeah, I don't see a S. Oh, is that it? That tiny little sign, tiny little black and white sign on that post there. It's what we're supposed to be looking for, I think. Okay. So we're still about 5 yards shy of it. That's pretty good for a first attempt, I would
Passengers are ready
say.
to start boarding. Release the left doors using the button on the left of the desk. Wait for the boarding, then close the doors. To release the right doors, the button is on the right side of the desk, but you won't need that for now.
This button? Train door release. Why are there two buttons, both marked train door release? I guess I'll press the one it tells me to. So this is an external camera. These are done with the number keys. I remember that much from last time. Although I don't think there's many of them. This is number 2. 1's inside the cockpit, and there's 2, and then 3 is over the roof, and then 4 doesn't do anything, 5 doesn't do anything, 6 doesn't do anything, 7 doesn't do anything, so I guess that's it. 8 looks back at the train, 9 looks at the map, okay, and 0 is, right, whatever that does. Okay. So now we're going to close the doors, which is the blue button apparently.
That was great. Driver judgment plays a big part towards a nice clean stop at stations, but you'll learn that after some practice of your own.
Okay. So is that the end? Yeah, that's the end of the scenario. Okay. So we've learned how to start a train, we've learned how to stop a train, we've learned how to stop a train at a station, and we've learned how to open and close the doors. Okay. Well, let's call that a wrap for this episode and see where we go next time. I guess we'll continue the journey with the scenario called Down the Line, which presumably is something to do with the train line. Who'd have thought that? Anyway, I've been Magnus Modestus. This has been Train Sim World. whatever the Great Western Railway portion of it's called. Thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.